Shalom. I want to start by giving all the praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashem, Yahushai Bashem, Baruch HaKodash. Double to the elder apostles of the great millstone who rule well, and as always, peace and salutations to all the fellow laborers of the hopeful elect tabernacle of David scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. And a lot of major cities across Babylon, predominantly where Jake dwells, are becoming dystopias. And what exactly is a dystopia? It's pretty much a dehumanized society where the people are living in fear. Um, the living conditions is horrible. It's very unfair. It's lawlessness. Um, a lot of misery, oppression, totalitarianism, and the condition is pretty much shit. That's a dystopia. And it's only going to get worse, because we know that the powers that be, they're in the process of destroying so that they can rebuild. Order out of chaos is the model. So this devil's purposely allowing these different major cities fall completely to ruin so that they can take total control, so they can implement order. Because right now it's lawlessness in some of these cities. And this is why you see the behavior that's taking place. It's because that behavior is being incentivized by the laws that these dumbass governors and mayors are putting into place, which is why you're seeing a surge of, robberies, a lot of plundering going on, especially in California. Now, this report right here, this is based in the Bay Area, or San Francisco, Oakland area, where it's a lot of reports of, a lot of burglaries and also a lot of plundering. And they're even breaking into people's cars. If you don't have a window open, if you don't even have a trunk open, you're getting your window shattered because people are getting that damn desperate. So let me play this clip real quick, and then we'll get a couple precepts. This is the beginning of the end of this place, man. All right, it's out of here. All right.
We see the aftermath of car break-ins all too often. Windows smashed, glass shattered. But now some people are getting so fed up, they're leaving their trunks open, hoping that'll at least spare them the hefty bill to get it fixed.
Call it the price of parking in the Bay Area, bracing for a break-in.
Everything is broken.
People here at least try to be persuasive, writing, please use the door, or just flat out beg, please don't break the glass, nothing inside. Yet it still happens, sadly, even while you're driving, just waiting for the light to turn green.
Now that's a damn shame. That's a shame where you have to resort to putting a goddamn letter on your window just to plead with the would-be robber. You hope that he'll read the letter to say, hey, just don't destroy my window. Just open the door, take what you want, but just don't shatter my window. That's a damn shame, man. That's how low this place has fallen. Hey, Babylon is falling. Howl for her, take balm for her pain. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. All right, and that wound is terminal.
This smash and grab happened 2 weeks ago in Japantown. But now it's come to this. Trunks left open in broad daylight in Oakland. A witness writing, imagine having to clean out your car and leaving it open just so people won't break your windows.
It doesn't really surprise me.
Oakland's deputy interim police chief Drennan Lindsay says it's the first she's heard of it, but it's happening in San Francisco too.
Wow, we're in different times. It's unbelievable.
Former SFPD deputy chief Garrett Tom says in his close to 40 years on the force, he's never seen people resort to this, calling it an invitation for a disaster.
They could steal your batteries. They could go into your glove compartment, find out where you live.
I noticed the windows aren't all the way down, so it still presents the risk.
Yeah, I mean, if they leave their trunk open, some cars, depending on what kind of car you have, you still can get inside to the interior.
The San Francisco police.
And you know it's mainly niggas. It's mainly niggas. The same thing happening down in LA. Them niggas, they ain't got nothing better to do. A lot of them, they don't have nothing to aid them. A lot of them niggas probably out of work. Them PPP loans that ran out. There's no more, relief, so to speak. So this is what these niggas are resorting to, what they only know how to, for survival. And then I believe also that a good number of them are also probably on a payroll. They're being funded. George Soros or whoever. They paying a lot of these jakes out here to run wild. And this is only playing right into Esau's narrative for what he wants. So like the scriptures say, lest Satan should get an advantage, for we're not ignorant of his devices. All right. This is all a complete setup in my opinion. But this goes to show you that, we're definitely falling upon hard times all across the world. And the poor is the main demographic that are being affected by it. All right, this pandemic.
Department has reported a 32% increase in car break-ins paired with a 25% increase in auto burglaries. Same story in Oakland. So far this year, OPD is reporting a 27% increase in both crimes.
Yeah, this is a straight up dystopia, man. And that's the reason why a lot of people are pretty much leaving. A lot of people are migrating out of these cities. And if too many people move into an area, that's definitely means for more chaos. And you seeing more and more crime increase, especially the homicide rates. I saw an article where they said 12 cities in the United States have basically then beat out a new record of homicide. So, talking about the beginning of sorrows, well, this is the results of that. Let me get Matthew 24. You already know where I'm going. It is Matthew 24 and verse 12. It says that because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. And iniquity is basically wickedness. All right, or another word for it is lawlessness. You read some translations, it literally says that. The English Standard Version, and because lawlessness will be increased, the love of many will grow cold. Also, the Christian Standard Bible, because lawlessness will multiply, the love of many will grow cold. And pretty much anarchy, because of anarchy, the love of many is going to grow cold. People are not caring anymore. Basically, Jake don't give a shit. So that's where we at with it. All right. And that's what leads to a dystopian society. Just an imagined world or society where people are just living a dehumanized, wretched, fearful life. And the word dystopia actually means bad place. I believe topia means place. Topia means place, and dice mean it means bad in the Greek. So it just means bad place. And California is a bad place. But really, Babylon, America is a bad place. All right, and that's why it's going to be destroyed. Let me get a Nahum 3, because what leads to lawlessness when the law is slacked and judgment never goes forth, like it says in Nahum. Let me get a Nahum 1. Actually, Habakkuk. That's where I meant to go. Habakkuk 1 and 4. It says, therefore the law slacked, and judgment doeth never go forth, for the wicked doeth compass about the righteous. So you're gonna have way more criminals, more wicked people that are gonna outnumber those that are trying to live, productive. That's trying to, do right. That's trying to live honest, and they become, prey. They become victim. So that's what you have in a dystopian society, man. It says, therefore, wrong judgment proceedeth, because you got, you know, bought and paid for governors and mayors and leaders that really don't give a damn, because they still get to go back home to, their suburbs where they're quiet from fear, living in comfort because they're wealthy. They don't give a damn what's going on in the hood and in the major cities. So that's what it is. That's because, law is slacked. And then, it was pushing a narrative to defund, the law enforcement. Well, voila. But see, that's what this devil, that's what he wanted anyway. He caused all the massive uproar by allowing these crooked police to shoot down Jake in the street and have it make sure that it's actually televised. And it's always captured on camera so it can go viral and everybody's talking about it. And then before you know it, it gains a national coverage. And then Jake be on edge, when justice isn't met, and they go out there and they get used because they're in their feelings and their emotions. Jake, they always jump to their emotions, man. And Esau always, you know, figures them out. That's when Black Lives Matter Antifa moves in there. You know how this devil do it, man. So this is where it's all leading to. So let me go from there to Nahum 3 and 1. And it says, woe to the bloody city, it is full of lies and robbery. The prey departeth not. It's a city of murder, full of lies, nothing but deception, propaganda, false philosophies. That's what the society is all about. And it's also full of robbery, plunder. Look up that word robbery. The people are so destitute that they're resorting to robbery, plundering, seizing and carrying off property by force. Let's look up robbery. And the word is parak, and it says parting of ways, breaking in upon, plunder. And down there it says rapine, which goes back to the word rape, which means to siege. For those of you that get emotional about that R word, all right, rapine or rapine, the violent seizure of someone's property. Or like when you loot something, you just plundered, you raped from that establishment. You see? And that's what's going on. So it's even to the point where, Jake is on it that they're basically in order to avoid, their window being shattered, because that's a hefty price, especially when people's living situation and standards has been changed, tremendously by this pandemic, and you can't even afford damage like that. So you'd rather they just go into your shit and take whatever they're gonna take, but you don't want your window shattered open. So people are just leaving their damn trunks open. That's a damn shame. I wouldn't want to live in a piece of shit city like that. But hey, when it gets even worse, it's gonna be like this all over. They ain't gonna have no control, man. All right, let's go from there to Let me go to Proverbs 30 because this is why you don't at this time. It's really a curse, to have abundance right now. You don't want to be impoverished. Soup. In extreme poverty, meaning you don't have nothing, but you also don't want to have riches either. You kind of want to be in the middle because everybody's prey, man. If you're poor, you're prey. If you got something but you're amongst the poor, you're a prey, meaning you food out there. This is Proverbs 30 and verse 8, and it says, "Remove far from me vanity and lies. Give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with food convenient for me." And we know how to, like Apostle Paul said, whatever condition we're in, we know how to be content. Just to have food and raiment, you know, we know how to be content. We know how to be abased and to be abound. All right. It says, "Lest I be full and deny thee and say, Who is the Lord?" You're careless. You're not even thinking about serving the Heavenly Father. Your mind is fixated on uh, your possessions that you have. You know, it says, where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. It says, or lest I be poor and still you have to resort to what Jake is out there doing. You know, out there just pillaging shit. And we know Jake is in poor condition, and we've always lived in that condition since we've been here. It's just a token few that may be fortunate, to come up and live a certain lifestyle, but for the most part, Jake got to sell their soul. Outside of that, you're right on the bottom, as it is written in the curse. Curse shall you be in the city, and you ain't gonna have no produce, and all the labor that you put in, another nation is gonna basically eat it up. They're gonna receive the residuals of that labor, and that's our oppressor Esau, Edom, and these other nations. It says that they shall be the head, and we will be the tail. So anyway, it says, I'll read it again, verse 9. It says, "Lest I be full and deny thee, and say, Who is the Lord? Or lest I be poor and steal and take the name of my power in vain." You know, so hey, this place is becoming one big shithole, and that's just you know, the side effects of the Lord plaguing Babylon the Great. The Lord has said He's going to send plagues upon this place, man. He said, "I will plague Egypt as with plagues before," and those plagues was going to result in the sedition, the uproar, the instability, the chaos that you're seeing unfolding right before your eyes. The murder rates, the increased depression and suicide rates, drug abuse, burglaries, robberies, desperation, prostitution. So yeah, man, this place is going to shit, man. All right, and hey, Babylon is on its way out. Okay, and this devil, he doesn't care that things are going to turn out this way, just as long as he gets what he wants, which is his new world order. All right. So I just want to do a quick response to this report right here. It is a damn shame, man. California is going outside, and I'm from Cali. I'm a Cali native, man. I'm glad the spirit had me move away from there years ago. But it's not like it ain't gonna reach over here where I'm at now, though. It's just only a matter of time because we right next door. But you know, it is what it is. We're gonna go through the tribulation, but the Lord's servants are gonna be straight. As a matter of fact, let me end off on that. We ain't gonna have to resort to robbing and stealing. Is Isaiah 65, and I'm gonna start at around the 12th verse. Isaiah 65 and 12. It says, "Therefore will I number you to the sword, and you shall all bow down to the slaughter." And that's to Jake, the Negro, Hispanic, and Native. This is to y'all. The Lord, He's gonna use this devil to slaughter you Negroes, because you ain't hearkening, you're not repenting. It says, "Because when I called, you did not answer. When I spake, you did not hear, but did evil before mine eyes, and did choose that wherein I delighted not." That's why the Lord said He had a controversy with inhabitants of Zion. Jake, they take hold to lies. They don't want to hear the truth, and they want to live in a life of sin. They want to be the biggest freaks. They want to glamorize gang culture, black culture. The women want to be a bunch of thoughts, proud prostitutes, a bunch of Megan and Cardi B's, a bunch of mites, a bunch of moles. That's what they want to do. It says, "Therefore, thus saith the Lord power, behold, my servant shall eat, but you shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but you shall be ashamed. Behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but you shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit." All right. And we was telling y'all that these conditions was gonna come. So we're gonna be taken care of, and we're gonna be laughing at you while you're gonna be the ones that are in derision, that are in sorrow and misery. When we was out there trying to tell you niggas and give you warning, you thought it for entertainment. You must. So hey, y'all gotta deal with that now. So anyway, I'm gonna end off with that. I'm gonna give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, double honor to the elder apostles of the great millstone, and peace and salutation to the tabernacle of David, the hopeful elect. We say Shalom, wa brakathum.